So one of the things that I think a lot of people want to, or should pursue anyway, is learning new things. And one of the ways that we learn new things is actually start mentoring other people. A lot of people just automatically assume that they can't mentor people because they're not professionals in every area of life, right? But every one of us has talents, every one of us has experiences that we can share. And if we thought that way and just thought, what am I strong at? What are my strengths? What are my experiences that I've had that I can share with other people? You should do that. And the reason I think we should start thinking that way is because really the only way people improve, and I'm talking about humanity as a whole, the only way we improve is if other people start sharing ideas and concepts, right? We read books. And if those books don't exist because people don't want to share, then it's kind of hard to get new information in our minds. We're just kind of stuck. Every book that exists was written by a human that had ideas and concepts and all sorts of experiences that they wanted to share. And that's how everybody kind of grows, right? Other than your personal experiences with doing something and then learning from that process as far as what was right and wrong about it, books and education in and of itself is valuable that way. So really the only ways we learn. So that's why it's important for people, I think, to grasp onto the concept of trying to mentor people, whoever it is, to assist in the benefit of the whole. We all can grow, we can all learn, and it just takes time for somebody to commit a little bit to doing that. A lot of times you can just go into certain communities, right? And you could have a weekly meeting or a monthly meeting and just share your knowledge with these people, right? Maybe they don't have the tools, maybe they don't have the income to have access to the internet as much, and maybe they don't have access to phones and stuff. So the information that they receive isn't as plentiful as other people who might have more resources for that. So it's good for us to think about things like that and to get into those communities and say, you know what, how can I help? How can I help educate you on even the basics, maybe budgeting, or how to invest your money instead of just spending it, how to make more money, how to think differently in those areas. And you might be surprised with how many people might start attending those meetings. And that's the thing, is you kind of have to get out there and into the community, because if you're just trying to do an online class or just share this information over YouTube, not everybody can access that. And the people who need it the most, I think, are the ones that are in these communities that do not have those resources. Mentorship can also just be with people one-on-one mentorship, and that is something that is extremely beneficial to younger minds. And again, you don't necessarily need to know everything, but let's just say you were good at interior design and you wanted to share that with people. Maybe that's just something you've always done and you love it. Maybe you went to school for it, whatever, but they might be able to take that and make something into it themselves, right? Or it could be finance, it could be, again, budgeting, credit, right? So many people get themselves in trouble with credit, but it's not taught. So even if you just took one topic and decided, let's talk about credit and let's teach people how to use credit the right way. So not only are they benefiting from it, but they're also not allowing it to overwhelm them with higher payments because they're making better decisions, and they know the ins and outs of credit. And it takes years and years and years to have that paradigm shift to where they can actually apply the knowledge that you are providing them in a positive and productive way. I think we'll find that it actually rewards us as well, makes us feel better to contribute. And then we have to also step up our game, because you can't talk about stuff that you only know 20% about, right? So even if you wanted to talk about credit, you're probably going to do a lot of research in that field in order to communicate exactly what needs to occur to all these people that you're talking to and how they need to handle all the details. So you're learning at the same time. You're getting better at the knowledge that you're acquiring. You're hopefully applying it better too. And at the same time, you're sharing. So, I mean, it's kind of a win-win because you're getting better and everybody else is getting better. And if you keep this going, you'll start seeing shifts in your lifestyle over time to where the staircase going up to your purpose in life can only be realized if you're moving up the staircase. And a lot of people will just stand on one step. You know, they're too afraid to look down, and they're too afraid to step up. But you just take one step at a time and you learn something, and pretty soon you're 5 steps, 10 steps further than you were when you started, because of the fact that you just started to move and you just started to learn and you started to teach and you started to be active in your own pursuit. It's not always easy to teach people, but it can be fun, especially when you start getting good at it, because then you start realizing, hey, I have something to offer, and these people are actually enjoying the conversation. They're actually taking some of the things that I am sharing with them, and they are improving their lives. And again, you have to recognize that all of us have something to learn and we have something to offer. It's one of those things where that humble outlook towards your abilities to help people, to say, you know what, I don't know everything. I'm not going to pretend I know everything, but I'm willing to share what I do know. And we're going to work through this together, and we're going to learn together, right? And that is a wonderful tool because it brings you down to other people's level to where they will trust you a little bit more. They will see that, hey, this can be done because this guy's like me, and if he can do it, I can do it. And 3, it just gives you this camaraderie in the community that probably wouldn't have existed there in the first place. It is important to understand that the actions that we take in our life can impact people and ourselves if we just do it and if we stop thinking about it. I think all of us have that moment when we are in the car driving somewhere and we start having these deep thoughts about what we want to do and what we accomplish, or maybe we're listening to a program and we're just like, wow, that's really inspiring, I want to go home and do these things. But then once we get home, we kind of freeze, and we might even be sitting in front of the computer ready to do what we're going to do, and all of a sudden it's just like something's keeping us from actually taking that next step to accomplishing what we just wanted to accomplish, whatever that is. So it's just time to put away the fear, put away the doubt. Confidence is built by steps, and every step I take, my confidence grows. But if I just stand here and I don't do anything, I'm not going to change. And change is the key to your future. You want to be somewhere different. And if you do like where you're at, that's fine. But I would say life is full of opportunities. There's so much to learn. As Socrates said, the more you learn, the more you know you don't know. So there is so much opportunity out there. And if you can grasp that and help others grasp that, this world can be a better place. So I'm just challenging you today, and I'm challenging myself to take those steps, and maybe we can make the world a better place.